Welcome to the show, everyone. We have Abel back on the show here, man. Thank you very much. And talking about Abel here, him and Marty, shout out to there, Marty. These guys were on episode 11. If you haven't checked that out, I suggest you guys go check that out. Talking about some pro wrestling and all that stuff. And lots of good times, man. Lots of laughs. Good stuff. Yeah, man. Marty is he's going through a little rough patch right now. Just thinking about this guy, letting him know that I'm thinking about him, and if he ever needs anything, just let me know, man. I got you, buddy.
Keep your head up. We're here for you.
Yeah, man, we're here for you. We're supporting you, man. You support us, we support you. So as you can see, Freddie is right here. So
he never left.
We can't do a show without Freddie. I don't think that's gonna work.
No, it's definitely not. Worth a try.
That was worth a try. But it's all good. There he is.
Where's Freddie at?
Freddie is he's got some personal stuff he's got going on, man. Nothing crazy, man. He's just moving a bunch of stuff.
Thought Freddie got fingered. Great movie, by the way.
That's a good movie, man. That is so funny. Was it Tom Green?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is so funny.
Some sausage.
Oh man. So we're gonna do this a little bit different today than I normally do. Normally I ask these questions when Ronnie's here and all that stuff, or when we have guests on there. So I'm gonna ask you, man. How you doing today, man? How you feeling?
Doing good. Tired. Just came back from a concert last night, so hungover, tired.
Yeah.
Exhausted.
So who did you see?
Spanish artist, Caro G.
Okay.
Colombian girl. Check her out.
We're going to have to check her out, man. We're gonna check her out. All that stuff. So if you could travel anywhere in the world, man, where would you go? Expenses paid for and all that stuff.
Well, I just traveled somewhere recently,
yeah.
But expenses weren't paid. Expenses provided by me. But
of course.
Just came back from Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, nice, man. Salem, Massachusetts. I've been there once. I'm actually headed up that way toward to Maine in October, so I might actually stop by through there.
If it's going to be packed in October, so.
Oh, I know, man.
They were telling us that 1 year they had about 100,000 people all in the town square quarter, and it was elbow to elbow.
Man.
But it's definitely something to check out. I actually wanted to go to Maine to say I've been there, but it was an hour and a half away, and I didn't have the energy. Yeah,
I'm actually going. I'm going to Portland, and I'll actually be backtracking one day. I'll actually spend a whole day out in Salem or something. Yeah. I'll do something there.
Stop by Salem. I'll give you some reference.
I was gonna say, yeah, you were up there and all that stuff, and where the places to go and eat and all that stuff.
A lot of bars.
I see that. All right. So where would you go then? You didn't really say. You said that you went to Salem, but you paid for it.
I actually want to go to Japan.
Japan. And why is that?
Growing up, I used to watch all like the animes, and I still watch all that type of shows and stuff like that. And the culture's different.
Yes, definitely.
Other than the 18-hour flight, is I guess it's something on my bucket list, something to do. Yeah.
I always want to go to Japan as well. That's on one of my bucket lists, just to see the technology. It's like the most advanced. Like I hear the hotels are amazing, and streets and all that stuff.
People are friendlier. When I think of Japan, I think of like a bigger New York.
Okay, I gotcha. I mean, yeah, I guess, but I mean, the people in New York
is big in Japan, anyways.
The people in New York aren't the friendliest sometimes.
Yeah. But we got to appreciate that we live like 3 hours away from a big city like New York.
Yeah, absolutely.
And think about people on the other side of the world that want to come to New York.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
that's the whole thing of if you can make it, you can make it there. You can make it anywhere in old New York, baby. That's a little shout out to Frank Sinatra there. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I would definitely want to go to Japan, and it's one of those trips that you can. It's not a 3 or 4 day thing. It's like a 2 week thing.
Oh yeah, you have to do it big. Yeah, because
the flights are expensive, and with everything going on in the world, it's not a good time to even travel near that area.
Not at this time, man. Especially everything that's going on due to COVID restrictions, as well as the prices and everything. Man, it's through the roof.
Yeah.
So
I just want to see if it's true in Japan that it says like the apartments are small, so you got to like hunch over for us people that are 6 foot. Maybe those times change. I don't know.
I don't know, man. That'd be interesting to see. But yeah, man, that's something that's totally cool. All right, let's keep moving here, man. If you have any guilty pleasures, what are they?
I have.
We get one.
The problem is if I see something on the internet and I like it, I just buy it. And then by the time you notice, you're like $300 or $400 in, and
oh man,
you're getting all these Amazon boxes coming in out of.
Your wife is probably like, another box.
Well, she has a lot of boxes coming in her way also. Yeah, so she has a Amazon problem as well.
Oh man, Amazon is definitely it's too addicting, I'd have to say.
Recently, back in April, I started getting back into paintball.
Oh, paintball, yeah.
So
man.
I had a lot of my gear left over. The problem is I was 180 back then. So I had to buy new pants, new paddings and everything. And I kind of forgot how expensive the paintball guns were. Yes, man. They're pretty expensive. I hope the wife's not watching this, but one of them is around $1,500.
Ooh. Now, what kind of gun is it? Because I'm sure there's some enthusiasts.
Well, it's funny because Sykes Paintballs, Nick, he no longer works with us, but he paints ball. And it's a Planet Eclipse Ego, and it's called level 1.6.
Interesting, man.
So a lot of paintballs didn't get not much change since I was gone for 10 years. The only thing that changes like different name brands coming out of the woodworks and just getting more expensive as they go along.
Yeah, that's it, man. Technology and all that stuff. And
yeah, so it felt good. I still got some welts on my thighs. And
when'd you go?
I go to this place called On Target Paintballs in Pemberton near Mount Laurel. Okay,
I gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like suicide. I go there literally right after work.
Oh man.
So I work.
You work all night.
We go have breakfast at JJ's. Then I don't drive. My friend drives. I just have to pay for breakfast. And we're there from like 8:30 to like 5.
So just two of you are going? Is it like, do you meet a group there?
They have a lot of walk-ins, and we also have a few of the people I used to paintball with. They still go. So
awesome.
But now it's like the senior citizen club, like the stuff that I used to do back then.
Senior citizen
club. I used to be diving and running, and
not anymore.
Nah, and we do this one called speedball.
Okay.
So it's like inflatable bunkers and stuff like that, and you're just shooting millions of rounds at each other. Forward. Yeah. But woods ball, like, because you spread out, and it's a little bit more tactical, and it's more time consuming. Speedball is like a 3-minute game, and you'll get shot like 10 times in 1 second. Yeah,
I've gone paintballing before, man, and it is a lot of fun.
Well, I have extra gear if you're willing to come on a Sunday. Yeah.
Ah, man, maybe I might have to get off on a Sunday because I do work Sundays. So, yeah, man.
Do you?
I do get a chance to get a few Sundays off and stuff, but yeah. Normally, man, paintball. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Yeah, so that's good because you're out there, you're outside, you're running around.
Oh my God. I was sweat so much. And it's like wearing one of those plastic suits when you're working out.
Yeah.
Like when I take off my gear.
Oh, you're sweating.
All the padding is just drenched in sweat. And
yeah. Good stuff, man.
But it's good. I wear my iWatch to see how many calories
you're burning when you're running around.
Yeah. I think at one point it almost called 911 saying I almost had a heart attack.
Getting them steps in, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's good. And the worst part is going to work that day of. It's like I only sleep for like 4 hours. And
oh, yeah. That's tough. That's tough, man. But
tough, and then pending probably working overtime, which is... But it's one of those things I like doing it, so I sacrifice myself, and I do it to myself anyway. So
enjoying life and all that stuff, and it's good exercise and all that stuff, man. Get your mind thinking, get your heart rate going and all that stuff, and
definitely, and the adrenaline's all there. And it's a good group of people that go out there, and a lot of people that walk in and out. It's just it's not like I'm running around all day. Like we'll play a game, it'll play last 30 minutes, we'll sit another 20 minutes.
Yeah,
just keep going all day.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Might have to. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get into
Tommy paintballs as well.
Tommy. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tommy, Tall Freddy, Nick.
Really?
There's a few people in that plays that paintball.
Man, I'm gonna have to reach out to those guys and get something going.
Manny.
Yeah.
Manny. Okay. If could you please return some of my gear I let you borrow back in 2011? Yeah. That'd be great.
Oh, Manny, come on, bro. Oh, that's hilarious. Getting called out there, Manny. Oh boy, good stuff, man. So, with the show, I want to say thank you for coming out here, man, and help me out and everything.
A lot of this want
to do a lot of do some reflections from when I first started here and from where I'm at now and everything. Now you're a tech guy, right?
Yes.
Yes, you have the drones and all that stuff, and
perhaps. Yeah, I do. Well,
yeah, you were first there. You were starting and you were trying to do your own drone business.
Yes, I did a little bit of it. It was during that time COVID happened.
Yes,
and between that and also work, I had to go to another shift. So I had to work the midnight shift. So a lot of the stuff I used to be able to do when I was on day shift, I couldn't do anymore.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
So unfortunately, my license expired, which is Part 107, which you need to fly your drones to be regulated and to also start a business. Mm-hmm. It's not hard to get, but it's just time consuming. Especially right now, everything's all backed up with the FAA.
Yeah, so that's like that's almost considered like a pilot's license, right?
Correct. So like when you actually get the license, they actually says pilot license. I should have brought it with me.
Oh man, yeah.
So at work when we have to do our yearly updates, and it says, "Do you moonlight? Mm-hmm. Do you have another occupation?" Technically, I could put pilot.
Yeah, interesting, man. That. Oh, man.
Yeah. So I was John. He connected me to his wife, and she was getting me jobs with real estate companies, and I was taking
doing videos and Snapchats and all that stuff.
Pictures, and that's one thing that a lot of people want in the market.
Yeah,
for shopping, everybody wants a picture of the house, what it views, and stuff like that. And one of my buddies, he's a firefighter. He just got his license, and he got hired part time for Verizon for $45 an hour just to fly a drone and check power lines and random stuff. Wow. Yeah, the money's there. And that's not even a full-time gig. They'll pay you, if you have like a 2-hour job, they'll probably pay you like 4 to 5 hours just by you showing up. Wow. And also a lot of them, they'll pay you even more money if you have your own equipment.
Man, that's good stuff.
But if you're working for a company like Verizon, they have their own top-notch equipment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stuff that, the consumer can have. The problem is, they don't have somebody reliable that can fly it.
Yeah, that's what they need. So they need those guys with those licenses.
Yeah, and it's good because we actually have the FAA Center, and they're pushing a lot of stuff coming in the future. Like
nice.
Job-wise and stuff like that.
Like classes and stuff?
They're opening the classes this year there, and also Stockton started doing the classes also.
Really?
So between the FAA, Stockton, ACC, and there's another place that Votech.
The Votech.
They're all pushing the whole drone and pilots and stuff like that, which is good for the area.
Yeah.
That's going to be the future, especially with everything going on in the world. Everything's drones or robotics or something. Yeah,
robotics. Like robotics and all that stuff, man. That's good stuff, man. So how was the process for that? Like you had to fill out an application.
You fill out 2 applications. One's a Part 107, and that's to get the drone license. So you could fly your drone in like some restricted areas and no restriction. And pretty much what that says is like, it's like a driver's license. You know the rules, and if you mess up, they don't even send you a warning. They just fine you in the thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
So then you also got to get a remote license, and that's just pretty much to register your drone and pretty much they say it's not tracked, but I'm pretty sure the FAA has a way to track people flying like in different zones and stuff like that, because there's been stories that people fly in certain areas that they're not supposed to, and their drone just collapse out of nowhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would assume something like that at the actual FAA.
Yeah.
Trying to, the flight paths of airplanes and all that stuff. They don't need that stuff just, getting in there.
Like over here in the area where the show's being filmed at, there's a lot of flight restriction because the airport is right there.
Yeah, the airport is so close.
So like even if you wanted to fly 100 feet, sometimes the drone will tell you it won't let you fly. The right way to do it once you get to Part 107 is you got to contact the radio tower and tell them, hey, I'm flying a drone around this area.
Get permission.
At 100 feet. Am I going to mess up any traffic? Usually if you stay under 400 feet in the air, you're not going to bother any air traffic.
Yeah.
But if you go to Atlantic City during the summer, you will, because all the helicopters flying around.
Yeah, Steel Pier, right? They still doing those helicopter doors.
And also, the owner of the Golden Nugget, he used to fly his helicopter in his yacht, and he always used to get fined.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was he's an asshole for that.
Oh, man.
So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so he used to fly his helicopter and land it on his boat, and he didn't want to go through the process, so he used to get fined every day for doing that. But I guess that's what you get when you're rich. You can do whatever you want.
When you're rich, you can do whatever you want, man. You can pay for whatever you want and all that stuff. Man, I was looking into drones and all that stuff.
It's actually, it started as a hobby.
Yeah.
It started as one of my guilty pleasure, actually.
Okay. It's a guilty pleasure. I was
on the internet. I'm like, everybody's doing these drones and cool pictures and stuff like that. So I bought a drone, and it was around $600. And it was a GoPro DJI, a GoPro one. It was called the GoPro Karma. So they were like 50% off because nobody was buying this thing.
Oh, wow.
The problem was that it was a good starting drone, but the safety features weren't there. Or the distance. So like it didn't stabilize or anything. This thing was just wobbly everywhere.
Really?
So then,
How many years ago was that?
2019.
Okay.
So I literally returned it within 3 days back to Best Buy.
Okay.
And I did some research during that time frame. I'm like, well, for an extra $300, I'll buy a name brand one, a real good one that's reliable. Even though it's more expensive, the features were there.
Yes.
So I started doing good, started taking pictures. I'm like, oh my God, this thing's amazing.
Yeah.
And this one, I used to live by the beach, and people would approach me like, hey, can you take a picture of me on the boat and jet skis? And a few people approached me and they would say, do you have your own business and stuff like that? And I'm like, no. And they were like, there's money in this place.
Yeah, man.
There's money to be made. You need to look into it. So started looking into it, and the rest is history. And then I ended up, the money is crazy what you can make with that thing.
I bet.
I started with one drone. At one point, I had like a fleet of drones. I had 3 drones.
Oh, wow.
I had the goggles. It was so the goggles were like, it's like you're sitting on the co-pilot.
Really?
Yeah. And then my brother, he owns a roofing and siding company.
Yeah.
Dynamic Property Solution. So he has a software that you could literally take a picture of a roof, and it like calculates everything, and you don't even need to climb a roof no more.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
He was getting contracts for like developments. So like a development, they'll be like, hey, a few people want to just estimates on their roof and stuff like that. And you could literally program the drone with the software, fly straight, and they'll just pictures, and they'll tell you how many squares the roof is, and emails it to them and stuff like that. That's crazy.
Oh, wow, man. That's crazy, man. That's technology there for you. That's good stuff, man. I'm mind blown about that.
That just makes you think like, if that's what we have, that's what the government has.
Oh, I can imagine what the government has, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I saw a few things with this. I don't know if it's real or not, but there was like this robotic. I think there's like this robotics company or something like that, where they actually had. I'll have to link the video down in the comments or something, and check this out, and you guys can think if it's real or not. I have to send it to you too, and you could tell me. It's like this robot, and they gave it a gun. And did you see it?
Yeah, it's fake.
Oh, yeah, that's what I figured, man.
But
because
they do have robots that are like that.
Yes.
That will shoot.
That'll stabilize. Well, I've seen the ones where they stabilize and they could jump and they could, move around and all that stuff.
Yeah.
On the 2 legs, pretty much.
Well, they actually have a robot that could shoot, which is crazy because we see it as a target, but they see it as a QR code.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy,
when they see
man.
the QR code, they know exactly like what to shoot and where to shoot. So they actually have a robot that's that could show 3 points in basketball.
Wow.
So they have the robot on like roller skates.
Yeah.
They just move them, and he literally sees a QR code on the
board
net,
or something. Yeah.
and he just picks up the basketball. And he just throws it like that, and it just
Man,
makes it.
that's crazy. But so talking about the whole robots and technology and all that stuff, man. I've been recently watching the show on HBO Max, Westworld.
I've been meaning to watch that show. I was before that show, I was watching a show called Black Mirror.
Okay.
On Netflix.
Yes.
It's all like futuristic.
It's futuristic
like
as well. Yeah, watch that as well.
And somebody at work was like, "You need to watch Westworld." They're like, also like Wild West merged with the future, and
I don't want to spoil it for you, man, but it's awesome. It's awesome. It's in depth. There's a lot going on it. I've been binge watching it. I'm up to season 4, a couple episodes in, man, and it's a lot to where you have to think about it too. Some of it cuts back and forth and all that stuff with like memories and previous stuff, but I mean, it's pretty in depth. I like it a lot. I think that the future, we might be going that direction with the future.
I think we're already there. It's just that we got to accept that, time is going on.
Well, I think right now we're in like the virtual reality stages of stuff. Correct. To where that is actually like a park with animatronics that look just like, real people act and, they play a part in a role in a game.
And also in medicine, you have doctors that are 10 states away and they could perform surgery on somebody with.
Yes, through animatronics and all that stuff, man, which is crazy.
It's crazy because something like a doctor that's with steady hands could incorporate his skills onto a robot.
Yes.
That's scary.
That is scary, man. But I mean, if it's all for helping, that's
it's
what I'm
like
about.
A lot of these doctors that are really good, you wish you could get that service in another state, but he could perform it where he's at.
Yeah, man. Good. That's crazy.
I just think of like, for example, Star Wars, when Darth Vader or Anakin, before he became Darth Vader, they just put him in that chamber and you got all these little robots just stitching him up.
Yeah, stitching him up, fixing him up.
Him and
yeah, man, we're pretty much there and all that stuff. Yeah. So that's good stuff, man. And speaking about that, with the whole Tesla self-driving car.
Bonkers.
Huh?
That thing is bonkers.
I have no idea, man. I mean, I guess that's the direction that we're heading in.
It's scary when you do it at first. The autopilot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Because we're all used to driving or staying on the lane, and then when the car starts turning, you're like trying to grab the wheel, but this car literally is just driving itself, and
man,
it follows the car in front of them. It reads stop signs, red lights, green light. It's pretty much if you're driving on the freeway, it will take you to the destination. It will get off the exits and everything.
Same speed and all that stuff. I think that's good, in a good direction for humanity, because there's so many people. Huh?
But you have to pay attention to it, because a lot of people are like 100% like snoozing, or
I'm just going to go to sleep. Yeah.
But you got to remember, this thing is still learning as it goes. So
yes.
Usually if you see a Tesla on the right lane on the expressway or freeway,
it's probably because it's
on autopilot. 9 out of 10, they're on autopilot.
Okay.
So they'll stay at like 65, 70 miles. And they'll just cruise, mind their own business.
Man, but I think that's a good thing, because that'll save from people from causing accidents and all that stuff. And
I think of like people that have like disabilities.
Yes. Yes. Older people that
have disability problems, or people that rely on a third-party service to take them to
and from places and all that stuff.
Like
yeah,
that.
Man.
And it's crazy because they're actually working on this thing called robot taxi.
Robot taxi.
It's a robot taxi. So pretty much what they're going to do is everybody does Uber and Lyft.
Okay.
So now if you own a Tesla and you're not driving it, you'll activate it, and pretty much somebody will order an Uber and your car will go pick them up and take them. So your car will literally earn money for you while you're not using it.
Ah, that's crazy. Now, when you said that auto taxi, I'm thinking of
Robot Taxi.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Total Recall back in Arnold Schwarzenegger days with that robot taxi, man. I had to bring that up, movie. Man.
I remember I saw that movie when I was younger, and I saw it back in like 2012 with Louis.
Yeah.
But, I try to get him on the show. He's not budging. He's a hard guy to get to the company.
That's okay. Chris was a hard sell too, man. But it was just like the perfect moment. The stars aligned, and Chris came on here, and I let the show run as long as it had to, man. And it was a lot of fun. It's a little out of control there.
I was literally bugging him for like 30 minutes. And, he started getting closer and closer, and then he said, I'll give another rain check. And I said, you've been saying that for 6 months. But we're working on you.
Man.
You're trending on this show.
We're going to beat you down, man. We're talking about you, man. And a lot of people are like, who is this guy that we're talking about, man? We got to see this guy. But
man with many stories.
Oh, yeah. Like I told him, I said, you could just come on. You don't even have to say anything. Just sit there, man. Just sit there and laugh at our jokes and just be in the room, man.
Then I'll get you the sign that says applause. And, we'll put
we're going to have an applause sign and all that stuff.
And people start cheering.
Couple of my buddies, man, we were all hanging out and we were watching. They're like, oh, pull up one of your episodes. So I pull up one of my episodes, and there they are. He's got like an applause thing on his phone, man, and he's playing it, man. And then there's like a snoring one. Oh man, he was playing the snoring one. Like, oh, this is boring. Oh man, that guy, he's so funny, Jonathan, man. That guy. I'm trying to get him on the show, man. And he's like, what do we talk about? I said, we'll talk about anything, man. We'll talk about...
Just show up.
Just show up, man. It's a lot of fun. It's just us hanging out, having a good conversation and all that stuff. And, it's just microphones.
Like the first time I showed up to the show, I was like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, I know, man.
I don't know. And then, by the time you're like, all right, we got to end the show. It's been an hour. We're like, what? I felt like I just sat here.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that, man. They don't understand how quickly it goes. And it's a little awkward at first, I guess, with the microphones and headphones, and
it takes a while to get used to
knowing
it.
That there's a camera on you, and you're like, oh man, I got to be careful what I say, and I'm like, who cares what you say, man? No one cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I almost showed up in PJs because I know it's only going to catch me from here on out.
Yeah, man.
I was so hungover. I'm like, I gotta come do the show. I feel a lot better. But yeah, a lot of the shows I usually watch when I'm working out. So when I get on the Peloton, I usually do like a 30, 40-minute class, and I'm just cruising, whatever, burning some calories. And I'll just put on my TV, and I'm just, cruising on the bike, and I'll disable all the audio and everything, and I'll just keep up with the show like that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, man. Speaking about working out, man, I just been putting in some time at the gym, man. I got this trainer. He is kicking my ass. But it's what I need. I need that, man. I've come to a level to where it's like I need it. Yeah, I plateaued, and I felt like I'm like, man, I'm doing all this stuff. Everything's going on. I'm not losing weight. I'm not seeing results. I'm not, getting stronger or anything like that.
Age.
Yeah, I'm fighting that age thing, man. I am 40, so I'm fighting that. So I was like, man, I need to step this up a game. Got a personal trainer at the gym, and it is worth every penny, man. They say you're not supposed to like your trainer, which I love this dude
because he's kicking your ass.
He's kicking my ass, and I need that so much, man. And that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Taking care of yourself, taking care of your health and all that stuff for longevity and all that stuff, man.
I definitely, especially with the line of work that we do. Like, I just started going to the gym again because the whole summer I couldn't do it because my kids at home and not in school and all that and everything going on in life. But now she's in school, so I have more time to myself. So it's like, get out of work, and I literally have till 3:30, 4 o'clock to do what I want. So man. I started going to the gym again, started working out.
Good.
So I have a gym in the basement. I work out, do my stuff there, but still I go to the gym in the Old Island Gym in Northfield, which is Wolf Fitness.
Wolf Fitness, okay.
Yeah, so he used to own the gym in Brigantine, or he still does, and he started doing good. So he bought all the Old Island Gym and turned them into Wolf Fitness.
Oh, nice.
So the owner's a retired officer as well.
Okay.
He's pretty cool. So I I started going there again. You know, it's different.
You got to do something, man.
Well, like you can work out at home all you want, but when you're at the actual gym, it's like a different push you get.
Absolutely.
So it feels good to, go there again, especially with the whole COVID restrictions going down and everything. Because back then it's like people didn't even clean their machine where they were sweating. And now with COVID, you're like, I'm not, I'm working out in gloves and a hazmat suit. If that.
Oh man, that's funny,
like
man.
If it was hard to get people at the gym to go and they were paying for it, imagine now with COVID. I was like, that's when I built the gym in my basement, especially with my daughter. She was doing the whole online school and everything. Nobody knew what was going on. I'm like,
oh yeah, that's tough.
Never had time for anything,
Yeah.
Like, especially with her at that age, it's not like you could just tell them to log on. She was in first grade, and she's like, the teacher's telling me to go to this on Google Chrome, and I'm like doing everything for her.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But now that she's older, it's like,
she kind of knows the deal.
What to do. But thank God they did away with that. Now they're back to school full time and everything.
Yeah, man, that's tough. I bet that was a strain on the kids and all that stuff, and
strain on everybody.
Family member.
People with busy lives. For example, I got affected by it because I had to go to a different shift in order to
accommodate
her.
Yeah,
and I'm tired from work, and I have to literally be in a virtual classroom
with
paying attention to her.
Oh man, I can't believe that.
That's
someday.
Crazy. It's just if you try to think like, what are when the kids grow up, like, they've been through all that stuff, like they're gonna grow up different than what me and you did back then and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
absolutely. You good?
Yeah.
All right.
That was my alarm if I had to pick her up from school, but I'm here.
Okay.
We're all good.
All right, making sure everything's good.
No text message, no phone call. That's my wake up, pick her up.
There you go. Gotcha. As you were saying, but yeah, kids growing up now and compared to where we grow up, man, completely different.
Yeah, because they're still doing that, like they're still doing that COVID thing, like not with the mask, but like, staying away, social distance. So yeah, I feel like a lot of the social skills that we had growing up is not there, especially now, like kids growing up with like the whole
technology, man.
I didn't have tablets. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't get a cell phone until I was 15.
Yeah.
And I had to pay for it myself. Like you see kids nowadays, they're in like grade school, first, second grade, they have iPhones and tablets and, they play Roblox and now they send messages to all their friends. And, you want to keep your kids away from that type of stuff, but it's also like, that's what all the kids are doing now. So
it's kind of hard, man. To limit all that stuff, man.
So like my daughter, there's this game called Roblox.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
All the kids are playing it, and I was so against it. I'm like, no, you're not getting on there. You're not messaging people. And now she's older. It's hard. And she's like, oh, I just friended my friend from school and blah, blah, blah. And they're texting each other. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just 4th, 3rd grade.
Oh, man. Jeez. But yeah, you just got to teach them, inform them and all that stuff just to be safe. And
you can put like the parent block and everything, but still that doesn't protect anything.
Yes.
Nowadays.
Absolutely.
Everything going on in the world. And it's crazy out. It's crazy out there.
It's crazy, man. Everything's crazy right now with all that, especially technology.
Yeah, like I remember being like in 3rd grade, I would literally walk to school with a group of my friends. Like now you kind of can't even do that stuff.
Nope. Yeah. You used to walk to school every day. Yeah.
Like you didn't have to worry about like, I mean, kidnapping was always there, but you always had like the neighborhood, watching you, over you and stuff like that. It's still there, but now it's like more people are just to themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. People don't want to be bothered by other people.
Yeah, I sure don't.
Yeah, jeez, man. But you think technology is going to doom us? You think we're going to be like, we'll say like the Matrix?
I think we're heading there. What was that Bruce Willis movie? I think we talked about this one time at work. Bruce Willis movie where they like plug in themselves to like virtual goggles and they control their avatar.
Bruce Willis movie.
He was a detective. So the movie was he was a detective and
there's someone screaming at their phone right now. They're like, this is the movie. This is the movie. You guys can't even fucking get this.
So the movie, Bruce Willis. He's a detective and he's solving crimes and murders and stuff like that. But then when you get closer to the end of the movie, you find out that Bruce Willis is like old and stuck in a chair, and he's controlling his avatar through virtual goggles, and everybody else is.
Man, you're gonna have to look it up, man.
I think that's what everybody's doing now, like with the whole virtual reality, and you could control everything from a drone or something like that.
Now, do you think? Well, I'm pretty sure that it is. Do you think future wars are actually going to be doing this now? They do have drones, I guess drone attacks and all that stuff. Do you think they're going to have drones and like Stargate?
Yeah.
Surrogates. Yeah. Surrogates? Yeah. Okay.
So I believe that the war, like future war, is going to be fought through technology and computers.
Yes.
Like instead of sending hundreds and thousands of soldiers to go fight each other, you could just hack somebody's system and knock down the electrical grid. Or for example, what Russia's doing right now with Europe, they just stopped sending natural gas.
Yeah. What are they going to do now?
Especially when the winter comes.
Winter coming, man. That's going to be tough.
That's how wars are going to be fought nowadays. I think it's all going to be between computers and hacking and
money-wise transfers.
And you see that happening now, like when like a hospital gets hacked, and they're like, "We're holding the hospital hostage until you send X amount of money in Bitcoins or something like that."
Man,
and
that's crazy.
It's crazy that somebody could like have that type of power over you.
Do that, yeah.
All through a computer. And it's not just, could be one person, but it's usually a group of people that know what they're doing.
Yeah, normally, yeah.
So I think that's how the future wars are going to be fought. It's going to be all through computers and just knocking down banking systems and power grids.
That's what Joe Rogan was talking about this on one of his podcasts recently. If one of these hackers, they could take one of our electrical grids down, man, we'd be...
Yeah, especially if everybody wants to go electric. Like electric cars, which I don't think that's going to happen for a while. I mean, they could push it, but I don't see it happen. It's a hard transition.
I understand the way that they're going to try to get away from fossil fuels and everything, but at the same time too, like the mining for the batteries, the minerals.
It's like it's almost like you pay for it now, you pay for it later.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you get an electric car, you pay for the high gas. Yeah, it looks high, but at the end of the day, you get an electric car, you're paying for it up front.
Mm-hmm.
So it's both. It has its pros and cons. I mean,
absolutely, yeah. Man, that's crazy. Pretty soon,
I thought that I'll never be seeing like all this stuff, like a car driving itself or even electric.
I would have never thought this either, man. This is like, it's mind blowing. Watching, millionaires or billionaires going to space.
Yeah, and also like Hyundai, now they're developing hydro cars to run on
hydrogen.
Yeah.
That's
they said they're trying to push that by 2035. Sounds far, but it's literally 12 years from now, technically almost.
Yeah, and I think in South America they use ethanol.
Propane.
Is it propane?
Propane, because they use the same thing in Dominican Republic.
Okay.
So the car runs on gas and like propane. So like when you open like the trunk, you see like a fucking propane
tank.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd be real
they've
leery.
Been doing that. I mean, they do it in Cuba also.
Yeah.
They do it like in all those countries that don't have those type of sources.
Yes, those resources.
They don't have gas. They don't have electric. They do it in the Bahamas a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
There's a will, there's a way.
You think technology would be our downfall? Like,
what?
The technology is our downfall?
Oh yeah, because it's going to get to a point that we're going to rely on it so much, and then as soon as something gets hacked, we don't know how to go back to the old days or like to the old ways of doing stuff.
Don't know how to like start a fire or fish, or you see what I'm saying? There's still going to be people like that, but
yeah, but still, like it's going to get to a point that people are going to rely on everything. Like people are going to get to a point that they don't want. Like right now, they have you could order your food like at Sam's Club, and somebody will come deliver it to you.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It's going to get to a point that people are just going to get used to that type of system, and then when it gets to the point that you actually have to go to a store and look for a blueberry that's not expired or something, you're going to be like,
oh man,
you look for the milk that's going to expire later, and these people are just like, what am I doing here? I think it's going to get to that point eventually.
Pretty
but
much,
we're still going to have the people that are going to,
protect
themselves.
I got you, man. True. one of these days when I retire, I want to get a cabin in the woods, man, and kind of be self-sufficient a little bit, but, still have the availability of, close of a hospital as well as groceries and all that stuff too. So, I want to have a little bit of both. You don't want to
be too like,
I don't
in
want
the woods and
I don't want to be
and
completely off grid like a hermit or something like that. I want to still have society and all that stuff, man.
Is there even anything considered off grid?
What's that?
I said there's nothing considered off grid because as long as you have power in your house, then you're technically...
That's still on the grid.
Yeah.
Well, what about solar power?
They still know.
Yeah, true. Still know.
The way they do it is the solar panel connects to the electrical, to the electricity, and they reverse the meters back.
Okay.
But as far as like somebody building their own like solar panel and power in their house, it's doable, but
yeah,
there's people out there.
There's people out there, yeah, that's right. That's crazy, man. Do you think we'll ever come to like just throwing this out there, man, just since we're kind of talking about a little bit of like technology, doomsday and all that stuff, you think there'll ever be like a nuclear war or anything like that?
I think the problem with nuclear war would be that we have the capability, but once one person starts it off,
everything's done.
Everybody. So if you throw one at me, then the other country is going to send it back.
Oh yeah, it's just nonstop.
And even though a nuclear wouldn't, like, let's say a nuclear bomb wouldn't hit us, just by all the radiation that's going to get stuck in the air, it's going to kill crops and
it's going to kill a lot of things. More of like
what's it called? All the fallout. It's just going to kill us, even though we don't get hit. But
not necessarily. I would say sending a missile, but they are these. From what I believe, there are these briefcase nukes. Yeah, I've heard about these briefcase nukes. Something like that.
I think I heard that like somebody would put like one of those briefcases like in the middle of like the city, like a popular
like a city or something like that. Man, that always worries me. Like something like that going off. That's you don't know who did it or. Who's going to...
We think of nuclear like something big, but they're getting... If you look at it like the first nuclear bomb, huge. They're slowly getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it's like
and it's
technology.
going to get to a point that it's going to probably fit in a suitcase or God knows what.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
And, sucks to think like that, but, stuff like that could happen or even people are thinking about doing something.
Yeah. Technology in the wrong hands,
Yes.
Like we talking about hackers and all that stuff. And that's one of the main things, man. You got to protect yourself, especially online, your footprint online and all that stuff, man.
The one problem with that company, DJI, is that they're one of the leading market in consumer drones, but it's made in China.
Yeah.
And everything going on in the world, they're at one point they got banned from selling in the United States for like 5 months. So all the prices of those drones went through the roof.
Wow.
And, they say like, oh, they have a chip in there that's kind of, could track everything you do, which obviously it's a drone. It has GPS and everything, but it's like, they say that it's mapping out the United States and everything. But at the end of the day, I think there's spies in the United States. Everybody's spying on
everyone's
each other.
Everyone's spying on everyone. We all know that, man.
Yeah, but it's one of those, like, for example, when the whole TikTok thing came out, everybody was like, oh no, they're stealing everything. Like at the end of the day, all those apps you have on your phone are stealing all your information.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't believe it, go on your Facebook and something that you Google 2 weeks ago is showing up on your feed.
Exactly.
And it's just...
You Google one thing and then like ads are popping up in like Instagram and Facebook. Right. Like I just Googled this. It's like all of a sudden, it's like that algorithm.
And then it takes you to guilty pleasures.
Yeah. Like this is a guilty pleasure, man. Buying that little guy.
Oh, Fred, he's such a good guy.
I know, man. Just thinking about that guy. It's funny. Oh man, but other than that, I think that's about it, man. We're gonna wrap this up. I've actually been looking into getting this on Spotify. So pretty soon I'm gonna be. I know, right?
You want to compete with Joe Rogan?
I'm coming for you, Joe. He's on the top there. I'm coming for you. Climbing up that ladder, man, soon, man. I got 124
you need to find
subscribers.
A good hashtag. So you need to find a good hashtag and start getting on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter, man, but it's just I don't know. I don't have the following on Twitter. Like Twitter's like, I think there's a bunch of bots on Twitter pretty much right now.
Why Elon Musk didn't buy Twitter? Because he found out there's more than 5% of bots.
Yeah.
I'm not buying this company for $44 billion.
Yeah, man. It's not, it doesn't work. Yeah. All that stuff.
Bunch of robots.
Yeah. A bunch of robots and all that stuff, man. It's nonsense.
But you need to find a good hashtag. Because it's not, because it'll go on Facebook, Instagram. It'll just go everywhere.
Okay. We're going to have to come up with something like that, man.
We could do that for one of your next shows. Everybody pitch in, try to find a good hashtag for it.
Hashtag?
Hashtag something.
Hashtag something, man. Ronnie was talking to me about hashtags, and I need to up my game with all that stuff. So,
have you seen his Instagram page? It's full of hashtags.
Yeah. Yeah. I really need help with that social media stuff, man. I'm not the greatest.
Us old timers call it the pound sign.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That's what it was.
It was
back in the day. Sign. Press pound.
Yeah, I told my daughter, I'm like, that's the pound sign. You hashtag? No, the pound sign. Imagine like kids nowadays, like if they don't know, like remember the old phones where you just
the rotary phones.
The rotary phones. So like, imagine you're like calling customer service and they tell you, if you need help with something, press the pound sign. They're like looking at this phone,
like what's the pound sign?
The hashtag sign. It's one of those things.
Yeah, man. So I'm working on Spotify. Coming for you, Joe Rogan. We're gonna get there.
How about Apple?
That's another complicated one, man. But let me start with Spotify. I think that's a little bit easier for me to get on. Well, the easiest one was YouTube. YouTube was the easiest one.
Start.
Huh?
That's a start.
Yeah, right. It's a start. YouTube, Spotify is next, and then Apple.
Do you play video games or anything like that?
I do, man. Every so often. I couldn't tell you.
What's your game of choice? You don't have to be good at it either.
I liked Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah.
That sounds like you could lead into a Twitch account.
Nah, I can't sit there and play video games online. Nah, man.
Well, you don't just have to do video game. You could just do a show live.
Yeah, Twitch and all that stuff. Yeah.
They send random donations to you in the forms of hearts, shapes, unicorns, God knows what.
Unicorns. Unicorns. Yeah.
It's funny because I was talking to Tommy the other day. He's a big he's really good in StarCraft.
Yeah, he showed me. He's like, oh, look what I'm doing, man. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I remember a long time ago, he would look on his Twitch account and be like, oh, he's live. And I would literally log on and see him play for like, this guy's so good. Like 5 minutes, he's finishing somebody off in a game. And I'm like, I don't see what's the joy of like playing a game. Like you logging on into a game and you're like defeating this guy within 5 minutes. But that's the way the game plays. It's like,
yeah, man.
You got to push fast and everything. So he started a Twitch. He told me he started twitching again. So I was like, oh man. Like,
I'm going to have to check him
here and there.
Gonna have to check him out and all that stuff, man. But I don't know, man. Just sitting there watching people. Like, if I were to get like stuck on something, I would go watch somebody to kind of like, to like a guide or something.
Back then, it was we had to buy strategy guides.
Yeah.
Hopefully, one of your friends beat it, or Game Facts.
Or you were in like the I was gonna say recess. You're out there like talking to your friends, like, oh man.
I got stuck in this at Resident Evil. Can somebody help me?
Yeah, what do you do? Oh, you got to go there and you got to get this gun. You got to get that weapon and all that stuff. That's what it was like back in the day, man. Game guides and all that stuff.
And I do that all the time now. Like if I get stuck on something, I'll go literally right on YouTube and the answer is 10 out of 10 right there.
Yeah.
Somebody has done it before.
Yeah, very true, man. But
I'm looking forward to seeing this on Spotify.
Yeah, man. I'm very close to getting up and running.
You should do like a launch party.
A large party?
No, a launch.
A launch party?
Yeah. So what? Like the first day Spotify have, do something on your show, like have balloons or something.
Have balloons. Yeah, man. I'll talk to Ronnie. He's good with that stuff.
You see all these people like on Instagram. They're like, oh, just got 10,000 followers, and they'll have like balloons and random decoration, or they'll do something out of this world, like chilling with Carl's now on Spotify. And
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there slowly but surely, man. I'm climbing this mountain that I've made for myself.
It's a big. Listen, you started from only having like 5 subscribers. I remember, oh man, who's following me? You got to watch the show, get the views, and now you just pick up any show you put on or any episode gets 100 views so quick, if not more. Yeah. I remember back then it would be stuck on like 20, 30, 50. And that's how you got to think about it. Like, you were so excited. Oh my God, 30 people saw my show.
Yeah, man.
80. Now it's like 100, 300, 400. With Marcus episode, 400. Megan and Merlino, you know,
all those,
you're getting all these 300, 400 views, and, you know, now you got to push to the next level. 6,000, 7,000 views. And to think about it, you haven't been doing this for a whole year yet.
No, not even, man. Yeah, it's crazy. This is episode 38. Only
it's 38. Like you always got to keep pushing a milestone.
I do, man. I got to keep pushing it, keep pushing a milestone, keep pushing content.
Started with 2 headphones.
Yeah, I started with two mics. Me and Freddie, me and Ronnie.
You know, with the same camera, still doing a fabulous job. You bought the Ring camera.
You bought a microphone. You bought me one of these mics. Freddie bought me a mic. You know,
we buy this stuff not because it's because we love this show. We like we like what you do, and it's, you know, we support everything you do. So, you know, if I throw in $30 and somebody else throws $30 that somebody watched the show, you know, and could upgrade something on the show.
Oh yeah, man.
Great, you know. But right now,
all the core over here, you know, that was given to me, all that stuff. This was given.
You know, it's just so, like, for example, Kevin Jennings. Yep. So he every time you see him, he always says, "Hey, boo." So so the story is, he used to, like, when he was picking up girls, he would say, "Hey, boo." I'm like, one day me and him were at like a bar or something, and I was like, there's no way that line literally works. Goes up to this girl, says, "Hey, boo." Lord behold, 10 minutes later, he asked her number and everything. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I didn't know this shit fucking worked. So the other day I'm at Sam's Club, and, you know, there's already pulling out all the Halloween stuff, and I seen this doormat that says, "Hey, boo," and it had a picture of a ghost. I couldn't stop. I had to get it for him. But
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
But it's like, you know, it's one of those things, like, you know, that's not going to make or break something. So you just buy, you know, make somebody's day. And it's like,
yeah, absolutely, man.
And that's what we think with the show. Like, you know, headphones have more than 3 people on the show. Now you can have 5 people. And then what's next?
What's next is Legs. Legs is talking about having a big party at his place, man, and setting it up. So we're gonna eventually do that, man. We're going to be spread out a little bit.
Like a telethon.
Huh?
Like a telethon and like live. And
oh, yeah, man. We're going to have to do a Facebook Live or something one day. Or Instagram Live or something.
Something live. And, you know, even though the show is unfiltered 100%, is.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that it's live, you get people, you know, they'll chime in and they could throw a subject to talk about. And it's
they could say something.
Yo, thank you, so-and-so, for talking about this. And,
yeah, man. Absolutely. So. Yeah, we got good stuff in the works and all that stuff, man.
I like it.
So, but on that note, man, I want to say thank you, Abel, for coming here. I want to say thank you very much for everyone that's watching this show. If you like this show, you know, give me a little thumbs up. If you want to hear something that we talked about or anything like that, just write a comment below. Subscribe, share with your friends as well, man. And you know, that's pretty much it, man. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Thank you very much.